Hi everyone, welcome back to Gilberto Silva podcast show. It's a great pleasure to be again with you today with my friend Tim Chase. How are you, my friends?
I'm good, Captain. How are you, mate?
Very good, very good. Just few things for us to talk about Arsenal's last performance, and once again we'll try. We'll do it in a very honest way, a very positive way. I know there is a lot of things going on in social media regarding the last result, regarding Pepe's sent off, the red card, and about the performance, and about the result, about and everything that involves Arsenal. People wants to have their opinion. A lot of things going on, but we'll do it in the best way we believe is the right way to talk.
Yeah, I
Correct me?
agree. So there's some sensitive stuff to talk into, but I think, firstly, happy anniversary. 1 year we've been doing this podcast now, mate. 1 year.
Hey, you need a cake.
We do. We do, and a drink.
We need a cake. We didn't. Yeah. I'll have a drink tonight and make a toast for you. I'll send you some picture.
Oh, I'll do the same as well.
All right.
Happy anniversary, mate. Can you believe a year? A year ago, we came to your flat in London, didn't know what we were going to talk about. While we were filming the first episode, your wife smashed a load of plates in the kitchen.
Yeah. No, it was great. It's time flies, and that time we would never imagine that after 1 year we were going, still face a tough time in the world, due to this COVID-19, and it's been tough to everyone. On that time, I arriving back in London, for a project of 2 years living with the family. And since March, I had changed the plans, came back to Brazil. I know you still miss me, from going to our filming podcasts, our
Mate, at the moment,
funny stories.
I haven't left the house since March, I don't think, so I'm happy to go anywhere. I'll go to watch a cricket match or something at the moment. Also, just sitting in the camera. Got your t-shirt, mate. So thanks a lot for the t-shirt.
I still miss mine, but we'll find a way to solve this problem. But yeah, I'm going back in times. 1 year ago we start our podcast show. Thank you for bringing me to this new world, of entertainment. It's been very enjoyable. It's been very, quite fun.
Mm.
And but of course, in the way we always trying to do in a positive way to encourage people to do things, and positive in life, to encourage people to be motivated. When we talk about football, just see the good side of it, because it's so easy to go to negativity,
Yeah.
to the negative points and negative things that happen in the world, and throw it here. This is not our aim to do, because leave the others do what they believe is right, if it's on a negative way. But we chose a different way to do things that we believe is right, and time fly.
Yeah, it is.
You
So
know,
I want to say thank you to you as well, mate. So obviously, neither of us have done a podcast before. We didn't know where to start. We both thought it would be good fun to do it. So it's often people ask me how I ended up doing a podcast with a Brazilian football legend or an Arsenal invincible, and they go, "You must be an Arsenal fan." I go, "No, I'm not." They go, "Well, what are you doing on it? Why are you on it? How did it happen?" I'm like, "It's everything down to being Gilberto being a really humble person, and we have quite a good chemistry, and we're quite good friends and get along." So I couldn't say thank you for kind of keeping me involved. It's been an honour and a pleasure to get involved and talk to you every week, mate.
no, it's great, mate. Great. The good thing is still growing up, is still learning the process of it. I'm still learning, and but obviously in this 1 year we had the experience of talk about many good things. We had some special guests like Roberto Carlos, Mo Farah, Kleberson, Nedu,
Mhm.
and I hope for this next year starting, and we have an opportunity to invite some more guests. This we have in the list, but we're not gonna announce anything for them until we get them filmed and with very good stories. But But back to the point today. Let's go back for the last Arsenal game against Leeds. And before the game, we talk about how we perceive Leeds, the way they play. Very well organized. Um, with Bielsa, one of the top managers in the world, as we spoke. And the difficult Arsenal would face for this game against Leeds. And it seems like that we were not wrong,
No.
because Leeds once again were very organized at the back, don't leave so much opportunity to Arsenal to to force them to stay back and just defend. But they were fast when they have to be in the counter attack.
Mhm.
As I said to you, I made a comparison when we were unbeaten. The moment were most dangerous was when we were defending.
Mhm.
Leeds, seems very similar in the way they were defending, but when they get the ball, boom, they just go fast and try to create trouble for the opponents. This was one observation that we had in our last podcast,
Yeah.
and many occasions in these games, I've seen some situations similar to this one.
Yeah, no, we both said that we thought there were going to be some similarities to the Aston Villa game where they would come out really fast, be high tempo, high pressing. And you know what, we were right. It makes me feel nice and warm inside that we were right. Not great about the result, but I think bearing in mind, you could say it was an improvement from the Aston Villa game. You know, they played against a team that play in the same way, aggressive, fast-paced, high press, and they didn't concede a goal. I think that was down to Leeds' bad luck rather than Arsenal great defending, if I'm being honest. But I think, and then obviously Saka had a good chance halfway through the second half with a great ball. It has to be said from Bellerin. I'm not the biggest of Bellerin fans, and I find he can go missing sometimes and can be a bit lazy, not strong enough at times. But he had a great run, went past two players, and then put a beautiful ball in for Saka. And we were talking about it just now before we started filming, that he probably should have taken that first time rather than trying to take it around the keeper. There's too much pace on the ball, I think.
Yeah, the pass from Bellerin was really good.
Mm.
Although, in my opinion, I haven't seen him doing a great game
Mm.
as I have seen in the past.
Yeah.
But I think, of course, I think the game was not so easy, as we spoke last week. But his pass to Saka was really good. I think seems like that Saka took a wrong decision, as you mentioned. I thought he could try to, and let's say, give one touch and the second touch try to score. But from the position I have seen, I don't know if my angle, in terms of Saka, try to score was good enough compared to his. Of course, looking from outside, everything is easy
It's
for
very
us,
easy, right?
because you know what made me mad sometimes when people say, this I could score this goal.
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course you could not score this opportunity because you are not there.
You're sitting on your
Just,
fucking sofa. I'm the one on the pitch.
yeah, exactly. But of course, for players, when they have this, because Arsenal didn't have many opportunities in the game, this is a kind of, in this situation, unique opportunity. You cannot miss the opportunity to score a goal. Maybe, is a supposition. Uh, if it was Aubameyang, always in front of the goal, would maybe be differently. But the, but we have to accept that. He made his decision, what was right, and then he tried to score. The goalkeeper saved the opportunity. It's part of the game. I think was for Arsenal fans, when they look about the results and maybe the performance, it was not what they expected. It's quite frustrating. But compared to the last game against Villa, let's say it's a bit of relief, you know.
Yeah,
Not that something you have to celebrate of,
yeah.
but
Relief is a
something
good word.
that you have to absorb every circumstance of the game, because after the beginning of the second half, Pepe was sent off. This is a big blow for the team. He let the players down, he let his team down, and he understands that. This
Mm,
is important. He understands that, and and since when Arsenal was down to 10 men, the game stayed even harder. And even so, they created this opportunity with Saka,
yeah.
which was not so easy because at some point was Leeds against Arsenal, put pressure on them in their half.
Hmm.
And at some point you say to yourself, or at some stage Arsenal will concede a goal. At some stage Arsenal will concede a goal
Mm,
because Leeds put pressure on, they hit the post a few times,
yeah.
and I think the result is more down to I I won't be too hard say inability of Leeds players because they try as much as they could. Arsenal did the best they could down to 10 men to defend from Leeds.
Mm,
But in the circumstance of the game that where Arsenal need to make points, uh, play down to 10 men was something that they cannot afford to have this kind of situation. They cannot live with this situation so easy.
hmm.
But let me give you one example regarding this. My opinion, I think I don't know exactly what Leeds player told to
Well,
Pepe.
so they were. It was a bit before, and a couple of minutes before, Pepe and him had a bit of a push, and then the Leeds player tackled him, and then a couple of minutes later they clashed again, and then he basically pushed him and then headbutted him. So I don't believe anything was said, but I haven't seen anything about it. I don't believe anything was said.
Yeah.
It's just that they were just being very competitive. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I haven't read anywhere that there was. He's saying that the Leeds player said something to him.
This is when the players they clash on each other is pretty normal
It's
football.
football.
It's not something that we have to take on the wrong way. It's just a competition. You have to be more competitive, but smart on this way. As we spoke before, smart tackle. Always prevail football. Just be smart.
Yeah.
Don't let this situation happen so easy. But let me give one example that some stupid things happened to me when I was playing for
Oh, yeah, I'm
Arsenal.
looking forward to this.
I knew that you were looking forward to this. But well, I think the year we were unbeaten against Blackburn away, I was sent off, in the situation. I think after 5 minutes, maybe less, was ridiculous because I got
Like
knocked
5 minutes.
more or less like 5 minutes was the beginning of the game, even worse than this situation with Pepe.
Shit.
But I got a situation when I got the ball, I got a foul against for me for us. Savage. He hit my back. I fall down. When
Mm.
I was trying to get up, he hit my back with his knee, and I
Very-
fall down again. I fall forward again, and because I got a knock on my door, on my back, sorry, and then I just for like instinct and self defense or whatever I may call it, I just lift my leg on the side, and he was like a nice actor, and he
Probably some.
just touched my leg and boom, fall down, ridiculous.
Is that Robbie
But
Savage?
my attitude, yeah, Rob Savage, was ridiculous the way I've been sent off. You
Yeah.
know, I should not react. First of all, first principle. But maybe if we had a VAR could
That's the
help
first
in
time
that
I've heard you say
situation.
you should have VAR. You hate VAR.
Yeah, maybe I would have like yellow card. I think the point in this situation when the players react, the first, I think maybe the rules of Premier League, if the players react, give them the red card. But many situations should be analyzed, especially if the players have not yellow cards. It should be analyzed if it deserve or not. If the referee see him, he can judge. If the linesman see or the fourth referee, especially now with VAR,
Yeah, but I don't think
sometimes
defend him.
we
He
have
headbutted him,
to,
didn't he? So you can't get away with what
yeah.
he did.
But the point is because he react, with his head.
Yeah.
And you know, uh, going back to my example, I should not have done that. I let the players down. Was terrible because I felt so bad afterwards. Because I could do nothing. The good thing because we won
Mhm.
that game. I don't know if it was 1 or 2-0. Cherry score on that day. Let's say
Oh,
save my day. But
what's
it's not always you get this result. But this is a point for him to learn.
yeah? What did Arsene say when he got sent off? When you saw him again, what did he do?
I don't know. I avoid him. I don't see him.
When
I
had
don't see anybody. I want to go home because it's ridiculous. I remember that because every game before I go to the stadium, I call to the family, to my wife, I say, oh, I'm going to the game, I will not, I cannot speak in the next few minutes until you get there just after the game.
yeah.
He was watching the game, and the game starts. Suddenly, I think she went to the kitchen, came back. I was not there after 5 minutes, and the game was played. I phoned her up. She just was concerned. What's wrong? He was supposed to be on the field, and he's calling me. She was told there was something wrong happened to me. And but I said, no, I got sent off. It's ridiculous. I'm just upset. Just let you know because if you are watching the game, you may not see me. And that's kind of things now. But
What did the other players say? Did any other players say anything to you?
no,
Everyone
no,
knows.
because they
You
knew
didn't
my
used to do that sort of thing. You were quite sort of composed footballer, weren't you? So it wasn't the normal thing that you did.
no.
And
That's
everyone knows
why.
Robbie Savage is an arsehole.
I think the players understand, when you respect the environment, when you respect the game, and when you do things right. And when you do some mistake, they don't turn against you. I think the moments now for compare the both situations, the moment that the player supports Pepe because you just said to me that has been abused on social media.
Yeah,
This is ridiculous for me.
it's disgraceful.
This cannot exist. He made a mistake. He understands that. He says sorry for that. He let the players down, but it's time for everyone to support the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's with what's going on in the world at the moment. People dying left, right, and centre. Well, countries being shut down. This is just a football match. Let's put this in perspective. This is just a football match, right? Is there not more important things to be worried about?
And they are human beings like anybody else. They can make mistake. They can, but they, in his case, he just came out and said, "Listen, I let the players down."
Hmm.
It can happen to anybody. It happened to me. Happened to many other players. And Zidane, he let his players down. The French team against Italy got sent off, and they lost the final of the World Cup.
Yeah.
But listen, we are human beings, and we are, we can we can make mistakes, but it's not a point for anybody in the world, abuse you or being racially abused or whatever they may say to you to put you down. There's no point. This is not. It's not about. It's not football. It's not the football we like.
It's pathetic as well. And I'm sure people just say it to get a reaction. It's just pathetic. It really is. Like I said, with what's going on in the world at the moment, we don't know what's going on with him. I'm not condoning what Pepe did. No, because it's a ridiculous thing to do. But this is just over a game of football. And what's going on with the Floyd stuff, and then the Black Lives Matter. So George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter, kicking racism out. Everyone's doing so much work to kick out racism, and then these idiots come on social media and type something out and then send it. It's just pathetic. It really is. I mean, it's not even worth talking about these people anymore.
No, I think what those people should do is look at the mirror. Look at the mirror every time when they think about abusing somebody else. If this action would be against them, what they would feel. This for me is the end of discussion regarding this abuse. Hope Pepe is right. He learned with the mistakes he made to avoid this in the future. I think this is, everyone can learn from it and play smart. Just play smart. If he's upset with the player, make sure he knows exactly when it's time for him to go hard and to tackle him. Because this situation when I went sent off, you know what? My bad conscience told me, why you being sent off without smashing him?
Do something, at least do it for something.
On a good tackle, a hard tough, you go to the ball, but you hit the guy proper, and that's okay. It makes sense. But there was no sense what I have done.
Yeah, just tapping his leg.
Yeah, but it's not about to kick somebody. I'm not saying that he has to kick anybody else on the field for the next time, but just make sure you don't do something that can cause a problem for your teammates, and learn from it. Yeah. I think this is what they learning from this performance, the last two performances. Aston Villa, terrible result, and this Leeds, dealing with the situation to play down to 10 men. Just, how can you learn from it and go to the next game? Because next weekend they got Wolves. Mm-hmm. Wolves got, I think, 14 points and Arsenal 13, correctly?
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game again.
It's another attacking team, right?
Yeah, it's another attacking team. Nuno Espírito Santo is doing a great job at Wolves the last couple of years. And they'll be hunting Arsenal. There's no other way, They need to be prepared again. They need to be up for the game, despite the fact that Arsenal is going to play at home. It's important that Arsenal absorb all these last performance they got against Leeds and Villa, and put it back again. As we have seen against United away when they won the game. And I think this is a moment for them. I think this is what they need to show.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's going to be, well, the good news is it's going to be playing against a team where they've done the same thing already. So it's going to be similar to Aston Villa and Leeds. So they should be well prepared for that type of stuff. It's just, and no disrespect to Aston Villa or Leeds, I think the players that Wolves have are slightly more technical, slightly better individual players. So I think it's going to be probably even tougher game. But however, the form, they're not in great form at the moment. So let's see. But what do you think? What's your prediction?
I'm always confident on Arsenal. You know what I mean?
They have to be.
It's not easy. Last few performances not been their best, but I have to to support the team. I have to believe that they can do things better. Learn from the mistakes, learn from the process, and hope the strategy works better. And the players works in a better way in order to get the result. But I still believe that Arsenal is going to win 2-0. And the game against Wolves go from Aubameyang and maybe like I said, I think he's going to play for the next game.
I think it's going to be 2-0 Wolves, because I have to go against Wolves now, don't I?
Yeah.
Otherwise, no fun for anybody else. So. I saw you tweeted earlier for questions for Gilberto for the podcast. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions that we have here. So the first one, how involved was Arsene Wenger during the games? Sending instructions constantly, just when needed, or let the players dictate the tempo and the style? That's from Urgent Foreigner. has tweeted that. So, how well was Arsenal against when you were playing from the sideline?
He normally was calm, and because he always rely on the players. Sometimes he just came off the bench and stand close to the sideline, give some instruction. And sometimes was quite let's say upset when things just didn't go right. It's normal, but he always in the dressing room encourage us when things was not right, just to keep the strategy. If he had to change a few things, just speak to us, the best way he could. I I rarely have seen him very nervous in the dressing room. He always got his tempo right and very controlled. A few times, he was not upset. He was not so happy, and he has to speak a bit loud and a bit nervous. But in general, he always tried to more put us in the right condition to come back stronger. I think this mindset of him, was important for us.
So he didn't really sort of say too much. He just left you to it during the game, and then at half time and before the game, he tried to prepare you well, make some changes and recommendations. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But in a good way. Of course, a few times when we didn't have a good first half, he arrived a little bit angry inside the dressing room, but it's to put us, because sometimes in football it is normal. We don't do things right in the first half. The manager come and shout a few times in order to put you back in the game. It's quite normal. You have to deal with that.
Yeah.
This happen.
Okay. Next question is from that Quagliariella fella. Good name. He said he'd like to know what it was like to score Arsenal's first competitive goal at the Emirates. And we've heard this one before, but the good question is he's putting how did it compare to scoring again at Highbury? So the question was, what's it like to score Arsenal's first goal at the Emirates? And what's the difference between scoring at the Emirates and scoring at Highbury?
Was great. The both stadium was fantastic for me. Scoring at Highbury, it's great because you were close to the fans. You could celebrate with them, very close to the sidelines, and you could see their face. Could recognize somebody else there, and also it's a historical stadium. At Emirates, it was something I would not imagine being the first Arsenal player to score there. It's some gift from football I received, and so special as well to be remembered as the first Arsenal player to score for the team in the new stadium, the new era of the club.
Yeah, and you bring it up every time I talk to you. What do you think about Pepe? Not necessarily the red card, but just as he's performing.
I think he's a good player. He's a good player. We spoke about him before. I don't remember which episode, but we spoke about what he needs to do in order to, let's say, to have a better performance. Because he got ability to dribble, 1v1, he got a condition to be the guy who breaks the line. What I believe he should change when he gets the ball, just go forward to the goal. Don't stop and try to pass the ball over the ball, to pass his feet over the ball. Man, 1v1, believe on your ability, your speed. He's fast. He got ability. But the moment he stopped in front of the opponent, everyone composed and he can do nothing. I think this is one observation I have seen his game. But of course, he has the ability to grow up even more and to play much, much better from what he had, the way he has played for Arsenal now. But this is my observation for him.
Okay, cool. Nice one. All right. Well,
great, mate.
Good luck against Wolves.
No way. But yeah, it was great. Short again, very sharp, very objective. And hope the next game against Wolves, we change a little bit our speech here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have something positive. We haven't done
more positive and talk more about the better performance of the players, team performance, individual performance, and great results from Arsenal.
Yeah, because I mean, we haven't done Player of the Week this week. We don't believe there's an Arsenal player that deserves Player of the Week, and there wasn't one in the Aston Villa game either. So, come on, guys! If nothing else, Arsenal players, you need to step up and get yourself one of the very rare prizes of Gilberto Silva Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Come on, Arsenal. We believe on you.
Nice.
Come on. Great, my friend. Thank you once again to be part of it. See you in the next episode.
See you next week. I say good luck against Wolves. So obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget we've got a podcast on all the platforms. If you're watching this or listening to this on your podcast, don't forget we've got a YouTube channel. So both are called, so Gilberto's YouTube channel is The Invisible Wall, and the podcast is called The Invisible Wall. So search either of those, neither platforms, and either see my handsome face and Gilberto's average face, or listen to us while you're working out, walking, or generally trying to work and avoid the children.
Fantastic, my friend. All the best, team. See you next episode, my friend.
Cheers, mate.
All the best, everyone.